Before I entered the hall here, I was just finishing eating. Before that I thought, I better go into the monk's room and have a little bit to eat. Hopefully I'll finish before the meeting. And then before I came in to eat, I was watering a segment of the landscaping here in the garden. I thought I better finish so I can eat. Before I started that, I thought I better finish putting away my stuff so I can get to the garden and start watering. After we finished puja, I thought I have to finish closing my windows before I go down. While we were chanting, I thought, well, when's this chanting going to end? I hope I can finish that so we can get to meditation. And then when I left my kuti, I thought I better hurry up and finish getting out of here so I can make the puja on time. When I first woke up, I thought I better finish dozing off in bed and get up, put my things away, finish that. So it's just this finishing line is kind of, I have to finish this so I can do that. I have to get everything done. I have to complete this. I better get there on time. The mind keeps having these neat and tidy aspects of how the moments are finished, how we then move on. Which is quite a weird concept. It's just kind of the mind moving from one moment to the next, the body moving from one action to the next. There isn't really a finishing. And so what that sets up is like a bit of a worry, like, I have to get this done so then I can move on to the next thing. And it just sets up a very strange dichotomy in the mind. So when I catch myself, sometimes I find it useful to just leave things unfinished. Or at least in the mind try to do that. Not look for the end of chanting, not look for the moment I'm going to actually leave the kuti. Maybe even leaving a patch of the garden unwatered. Because there's dukkha there, isn't there? I have to get this done. I have to put it down. And then I can move on. And there can be also an obsessive quality with just having a completeness or finishing in a moment of something we're doing. I can't go right now. I have to spend 5 more minutes doing that. Many of you know the story of Lumpur Liam planning for Ajahn Chah's funeral a year after his death. He was doing that with Lumpur Pasano, and there was a visitor who came to the monastery, and I think I remember the word 1,200 hongnams, places where you go to the bathroom. I don't know if they're exactly like small rooms, but there was about, I think, 1,200 of them. There's all these buildings being erected, these just preparing the monastery for what might happen, which is, an influx of an incredible number of people. And in fact, there was over 1 million people, as I understand it, during that time that came into the monastery for Lumpur Chah's funeral. And so this visitor came in and he saw Lumpur Liam apparently coming off of a roof of one of the buildings he was preparing, and there was just so much work getting done. There was steel girders in one place and wood planks in another, and it was just so much work. All the monks were working, lay people were working, meichis working, and the visitor said, "How do you even keep a mind around this? How are you even going to finish all this? It just looks unbelievable. It's just, I don't think it can be done. I don't think you can finish this." And then poor Liam said in one of his very many beautiful ways, "I finish it every day." So it's that kind of letting go of what that sense of finishing is. It's allowing for finishing to really mean being with anicca, being with the unknown, the uncertain, the unending, and the not for sure. And that's an uncomfortable thing. We want to kind of draw neat lines between everything we're doing. But if we can have a sense of letting go around that, then we drop that kind of worry and fear around not getting something done, not being perfect, not having all the lines drawn neatly. And this doesn't mean we're sloppy with what we're doing, but it actually means we're quite careful. Maybe I'm not going to get this done, maybe I just need to let go of what's happening right now. Make sure that I put the equipment away in the right way, and remember where I was last time. And just to let go of that obsessive quality of having to create boundaries and endings, permanence around what it is that we're doing and how we perceive our experiences, because they are really other than that. It's an artificial construction to think that we're really ever finishing anything, because there's just only one thing that's finished. That's the only truly, the area in our lives that we can truly rely on as being finished, and that is the ending of dukkha, the ending of suffering. Nibbana is really the only finish, and everything else is just a condition. So as we go about our days, just trying to bring that into consciousness, that sense of like what is it okay with setting up the mind to feeling okay with uncertainty, and to being open to something not being quite as we want it, to not be done, to not be completed. And the more we are able to encourage that habit within ourselves, then that will lead us to the final completion. So in a sense, it's allowing the dwelling in the incomplete to realize the complete.